All right, man. Well, welcome back to the lunch table, food for thought. My name is Nico Blitz, and shout out to my next guest. Indonesian and Croatian, is it?
Yeah, pretty random, right?
I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty random mix. But I'm with it.
I don't know how my Croatian dad got to Indonesia, so that's what happened.
And you know what? I'm just going to omit any history lesson stories that I was going to ask you then. Shout out to my next guest, Andrea Turk. What is poppin'?
I'm good. We've just been working at the stew. This is our little home studio setup. We've got speakers and a keyboard here, and we've just been producing for my album, honestly. That's coming out in October, so it's going to be super fun.
I was about to say, your studio, is it your bedroom? Don't be ashamed, because my studio right here is a bedroom too, so don't even trip.
The best studios are always the bedrooms, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, you know what? The reason why I bring that up is because I got to give you props. You actually had a live concert in your bedroom.
Oh my God, you saw that? No.
Yeah, I saw that. Come on, I got to keep up with your content.
What? Thank you. Yeah, that was weird because I was living in my ex's parents' house.
Oh. So, here we go. The spice is coming. The spice is coming.
I mean, it's your Twitch stream. We're just going to have fun. So I'm just going to share a few things that you probably wouldn't want to hear anyways. But
no, I want to hear everything. Go.
Yeah. So that was I was living in my ex's parents' house, but now I'm here with Dylan, my bestie, who's also producing. But yeah, that was fun. That was actually for school, honestly. That was for my previous album, called Blue Honey, and
which she has framed right above her.
Can you not? That is not.
What? You got it framed in your room?
No,
yeah. No, it's funny because every time we bring our friends over to produce and work, we'll walk in and it's just the production desk, which is beautiful, super expensive, nice desk, professional setup, and then it's just Andrea's face staring at you the whole time, and everyone's no one knows it's a vinyl though because it's framed, so they think it's just a picture of her. Right?
Oh, but it's an actual vinyl.
It's a vinyl. Yeah. I actually won a song competition in Rise app, which is the mobile. And then they gifted me a free vinyl of the album. So I was work.
Oh man, I was about to say I'm gonna need me one of them vinyls. That album's fire.
Thank you. The next one is definitely a different vibe though. It's super hyper pop, super disco, EDM. Whole different direction.
Yeah, totally different direction. It's crazy because your last album, we were actually just listening to it, but nice. It's a lot slower. It's a lot slower.
Yeah.
And I mean, when I was reading your Spotify bio, you said your upcoming project is actually more up-tempo pop. So you went through a whole shift between quarantine and then now it's just boom, 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 boom.
I don't know, man. This album particularly, I feel I finally found my sound, and it's thanks to Dylan, honestly, because Dylan's very into the hyperpop scene, and I never thought that I would be in that scene. But then when we started hanging out and I started experimenting in that scene, I was oh my God, this is my sound. I'm here, I'm queer, and we're gonna have fun bops only.
Hey, I'm with it.
Thank you. Yeah.
So let's go over everything, Andrea. So I'm so sorry. I'm gonna sound like an old ass man right now because I saw when you were born and you just hit 20 years old.
Oh,
she's
and I'm over here man, I was born in '93, so I'm feeling like an old ass man right now.
Don't worry. I mean,
no.
I mean that's not too far.
I'm messing with you. But so you were born in the year 2000. Your Instagram, your Spotify bio says a lot about you, which I 1000% appreciate.
Oh, thank you. I don't remember. I forgot what was it the last time I updated that.
Hey, you do a lot more than a lot of artists, I'll tell you that much.
Oh,
but Andrea, so it's when exactly did you start your music journey? How did you get into music?
I started when I was 10, honestly, and ever since then it was super intensive. I had nonstop vocal lessons. I really got into piano, which is how like I songwrite now with my piano. And I taught myself guitar, ukulele, and then I went into like production courses at SAE and like Berkeley summer program, NYU for songwriting, vocals, you know, so I've been like all over the place just trying to like learn and stuff. And I'm finally here right now. I'm at Cal Arts. I'm going into my last year because I expedited it. So I'm doing like 3 years instead of 4. Crazy. I know, I'm all over the place.
Wow.
But yeah, I'm majoring in voice arts, which is like vocals basically, and minor in digital arts because I love doing like video editing. I love doing like Photoshop stuff, visuals, and all that. So yeah, I mean that's how I started.
Dang, you're lit. You're lit. You're kind of just like your own your one person band, basically.
I mean, after being in the music industry for a while and not having like professionals back you up, you just have to, you know, you just gotta keep on grinding regardless and just make do, honestly. But yeah.
Did you just not really have the connections like in the music industry, or you just kind of wanted to pave your own way?
That's funny because I've always wanted to make it here just because like my sound, my music, it's more accepted or more like in the US music scene versus like where I'm from Indonesia, because there's a lot of like ballad stuff there, and like, you know, they want to hear like Indonesians want to hear like Indo music and Indo lyrics, you know, which is like not my strength at all. Like I write in English all the time. So I do have connections back there, but you know, I'm trying to make it here, and it's like a slow progress, but I'm getting there. I'm trying.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy when you look at you know, these past couple of years especially, and you see the growth of Asian artists in particular. Like, so you're from Indonesia?
Yeah, I'm from Indonesia.
Okay.
I literally just like came here like end of 2019 for school.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me make my point, and then let me get to that. But like, you know, when you see the scope of like Asian artists over these past couple of years, we gotta obviously pay homage to 88 Rising, for example, because I mean, they just really blew up people like Rich Brian and Nicki and Joji as well. All who are well, not Joji. Joji's Japanese, but you know, Nicki and Rich Brian, who are Indonesian. So it's kind of interesting the route that you took, because all of them were kind of just in their respective areas, and then just kind of just blew up in those areas and then got moved to the US. But you're taking the route in which you're just like, no, I'm going to the US and I'm gonna try to make it over here and then expand out.
Yeah, I dipped and I'm here, and I'm gonna try.
So question, because from my perspective, that seems a little bit more difficult.
It is very much. Dude, I don't even know if I can pay rent next month. Like, but like, I'm having a fun time making music. You know, that's all that matters. No, I think it's more like appreciated, at least for me. Like, it's more like a huge, like, I don't know. It's more gratifying, especially when you're doing it yourself and you're like. Making your own connections versus like having it being handed to you. But I mean, if someone wants to do that for me, like I'm here, like please do it for me. But yeah, no, I think I get more like personal connections, and like I create a better bond with the people I'm working with. And instead of like having a team assigned to you, I'm picking out my own team, you know, which is like so much better.
Yeah. You're just starting from scratch then. What made you want to pursue music to begin with?
It's so funny because I wanted to be a doctor, and my dad was like, my gynecologist.
Oh, so you wanted to do the typical Asian stuff.
The typical Asian stuff, getting good grades, easy, go to college, get a job. And my dad said, no, be a hardworking musician, like busk on the streets. And I'm like, okay, work. And then I'm here.
Oh, so even your dad encouraged you to like try to make money on the. Wow. Was your dad a musician?
No, he's a gynecologist. He's a little doctor. And I'm like, I want to be you. Right. And he's like, no.
That's hella interesting.
Yeah, but he's really super supportive. Like my family is, and you know, like if I wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be at CalArts if it wasn't for them. So they've really like looked out for me, make sure that I didn't like sign any bad contracts or like, you know, collaborate with the wrong people. So I'm really grateful for them, truly.
Oh, that's what's up. No, shout out to your parents. You know, I mean, I have this discussion all the time with especially Asian artists, to the point to where, you know, we are kind of boxed in within just become a doctor or a lawyer, because a lot of our parents and our relatives who want to get out of these third world countries, they know like those are the big instant money making jobs. And those are also the same jobs that can help feed our families back home. Yeah. So it's interesting to me, especially, I mean, I guess not even like somebody your age now, because I guess we're going into like the next generation of, we're just going into the next generation where we can kind of just do whatever we want now.
Yeah.
I felt like our parents' generation and the one before that is like the generation where it's like, okay, we have to scramble for some money. Yeah. So we got to do the big paying jobs.
Mm-hmm. You want to say anything?
I mean, just on like family and team, like thinking about something kind of unrelated to this, because I'm not Asian, so I can't really answer the question.
Oh no, go ahead. That's why it's the lunch table, man. It's an open discussion.
Like the past couple of months working with Drea have just been like incredible. Like I met Drea and my friend David. He's a Cuban drummer that goes to CalArts, and he's insane, first of all. But he was like, yeah, I'm gonna tutor this girl. And she comes in the room and we like met, and we were talking about like Kim Petras or something, and I was like, you know who that is? And then we started hanging out, and we went and did a collab ensemble class, and I was horrible at production first semester. Like I was like baby producer. And so Drea was like, yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Okay.
But so like 2 years later, we're like finally working together, and like it feels like we're kind of like building like a family. Like we work with like our friend Tracy Brake. She's an amazing producer.
Crazy.
And then Give It To Me, the song you played before the interview, we worked with the director Han,
who's also an Indonesian filmmaker.
Oh wow. Okay.
And she's incredible. Like working with her like one-on-one, and then basically like shooting the video and like being on set, and like all COVID guidelines, which was very stressful, getting everyone coordinated and tested. Yeah, it was like 17 people all working on like one set and like tandem, like really supporting Andrea, and like a song that we had worked on together, and to like watch that happen was just like honestly insane. Like, because it felt like everyone was like actually invested, not just like you're paying people to be here, because like
I'm not even paying them. That's the thing. It's
they
like,
all it's not like that though.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I'm just messing with you.
Like they actually truly believe in my music, because like I was like, hey, I know like I can't give in like enough budget for you, but like if you're willing to work, if you're not willing to work, I totally understand. And they were like, no, like we want to support you. And I was like, oh my God, like they're amazing, you know? So
yeah.
I mean, you know, honestly, if there's one thing that I learned during quarantine, it was that people will genuinely support you if you have something worth investing in, and you will also invest in somebody. You will do something for free for somebody if you also feel like it's worth investing in.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the music industry at the end of the day is free until you can actually sell your music to somebody. Until you actually have like a tangible, until you have like a concert that's going to sell tickets, until you have merch that people are actually going to buy. Like music at the end of the day is absolutely free. I think that where a lot of people got it messed up, and this is where I see a lot of artists kind of struggle in the beginning. It's like they get some music ready, then they put it out, then they already have like some merch, then they already have like, they don't really have anything else lined up. It's like, wait, you haven't given people time to really invest in you yet.
Yeah. I talk about that with Tracy, who we're working with earlier on like a song for the album, and she's spent like the past 2 years, like I'd always push her. I was like, I did an album and I put it out, and then nothing happens because you haven't garnered support or like a fan base or a family or anything like that who are willing to put in the support. So you put an album out and it does nothing. And then she spent the past 2 years like just interacting and like networking with people and meeting all these like crazy amazing people and getting into these scenes. And now she's finally working an album and putting singles out, and they're like actually getting like traction and stuff. And so I've completely like changed my mindset. Now she's the one doing an album and I'm like, I'm only doing singles.
But hey, it definitely works differently for people. Like, I have a friend who puts out like project after project, and it works for him. And then I have a friend who just has done nothing but singles, and she hasn't even dropped the project, but it works perfectly for her. So at the end of the day, just it just all depends on. I guess it just depends on you and how much you push your music. It could just be one song. Because even at the end of the day, like one song can really just blow you up. But if you're not capitalizing on it and you're not like milking the crap out of that song, it's like, come on, man, you got to maximize it. But
exactly,
it's super competitive.
It is competitive. So Andrea, like, you coming out here, like, especially in LA, this was probably one of the hardest cities you could ever move to coming from Indonesia. Let me just say that. Because I came from the Bay Area, and that's already a hard city.
Damn. Wait, not New York though? I thought New York was like worse.
I mean, New York's the hardest city, but LA is still a pretty difficult city to maneuver through. So what was going on through your crazy ass head? You decided to just uproot your life. Like, what was even your strategy when you wanted to come out here?
I mean, like, the intention was to go to college, go to college for music. And I actually got accepted initially to the new school in New York, So I was initially going to go to New York. And then I found, like, a second letter from CalArts telling me that I got scholarship. And me and my dad looked at each other, we were like, we're going to LA. We're just like, even though we've, like, paid deposit, we've, like, paid everything, like, it was, like, non-refundable. So we, like, completely just took the wheel and like went straight to CalArts. Yeah.
So now you're like, I can never go back.
No, I don't want to. I mean, like, I feel like like New York is definitely like the end goal, because who doesn't want to like have a house in New York? Who doesn't want to live in New York? But also LA is like where you should be, especially if you're a musician. Like, this is where all the connections are, and like where the studios are, where the scene is. So I'm really grateful I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. So when you first move out here, you basically just start going to school. Like, but I get this question a lot, and because I went to college too, and a lot of people ask me like, is college necessary?
Yeah.
Right. So people always ask me, is college necessary? Because literally I went in for like a communications degree. I'm DJing. I am on the radio. You know what I mean? Like, I am on the radio, so I am using my skills.
There
but I
is
tell
communication,
people,
yes.
Yes, there is communication. So the degree is definitely helpful, and it pertains to what I'm currently doing in life. But at the end of the day, what I think college definitely helped me with was the fact that, like, I was able to make some connections and figure out what I wanted to do in such a limited amount of time, instead of staying home and, just kind of just like kicking back, because you can be very comfortable at home very easily.
Yeah.
So for you, like, you going between like different schools and different programs, like what have you learned throughout like this process of just being in college and actually going through this system? Because even as musicians, some people don't take that route. Some people just are okay with being like a bedroom producer, and then they eventually figure it out. And some of these people become some of the biggest. I mean, look at Billie Eilish, for example.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people just are bedroom producers and then just end up blowing up. But you're taking your route. So what can you say about that?
I feel like it's interesting for my circumstances, at least, because like how am I going to cross over to the US if it's not, like, the easiest would be to go to college, and that's where I can make the fastest connections with the people here and like get exposed to the culture here and like all these experiences, because I feel like, especially with music college, at least with my intention coming into it, it's to make the connections, it's to get the experience. It's not necessarily about the classes I'm taking, but it's more so like, okay, I'm learning all this from school. How can I use that to apply to my music right now? And like make sure that I'm grinding outside of school instead of just focusing mainly on school. Because, like, honestly, I don't know if the degree is going to get me anywhere, to be honest. That's just me. But like, the fact that I got to meet Dylan, who's like been helping me with my album and helping me get my vision, and like through school too, I met this Indonesian filmmaker, and I'm getting all these like internship opportunities outside. You know, it's like a really great way to open doors, you know. So yeah.
Hey, if I 100% agree with you, my friend. I do.
Yeah.
I do. Like I said, I'm a college man myself, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, this was the right move. This was definitely the right move.
DJing? Hell yeah.
Well, it's funny because it's like I just learned DJing from just like, well, now that you mention it, I actually learned DJing because there was a lot of DJs on campus. So I would just literally just sit behind them and kind of just like watch everyone and be like, okay, what exactly are they doing right now? Let me try to figure it out. And, here we go.
Yeah, so, exactly. Yeah.
Shouts out to the college tuition. Put me in front of the right DJs to learn a little something. You feel me? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Say, like what you're talking about, like learning stuff like outside of classes and getting into DJing that way. I think that's like the biggest resource at Cal Arts, and like it's kind of something that's like the common knowledge about it is like connecting with people there, because there's so many like-minded people there, and there's a lot of people on campus who have like a vision. That's why I like bonded so strongly with Andrea, because she's like one of the people in the music school that I was like, wow, like what the fuck you want to do, like you have a vision, you're going forward, and just like a lot of experiences. I've gotten a lot of experience and knowledge just from like hanging out in bedrooms with other people or at parties and houses, and people just talk about music and they tell you something about production and you're like, I would have never learned that in a class, like ever.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, there's a simple DJ technique. So for instance, let me show you guys actually. I actually haven't told anybody about this, but I actually learned this from a friend. So this is the beginning of your song, right? Yeah. So I always wondered how on this specific piece of equipment, you can just press a button and it'll go to the front of the song. But I was like, how do you get it to the front of the song while the record is spinning? Because while the record is rotating, there's actually no audio going right now. So I'm like, at this part of the song, then if you just drag it all the way to the end, and then you press this button right here, where the front of the song is. And then, so somebody taught me that, and I was like, that ain't in no book.
That's crazy.
And it doesn't mess up your vinyl, no?
It doesn't mess anything up. Oh, yeah. The point being, I mean, it's a very simple thing, but the point being is like you can get so much information just talking to like-minded people. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And it's also like the experiences. Sorry, it's like you have to like deal with people regardless whether or not you want to. And I feel like that's how I navigate through my professional life right now. It's like, okay, this person's like this. What can I do to like go through this smoothly? And I feel like that's what you also get from college, from courses, from just meeting people in general. So yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. You get to look at people's you get to look at other people's mistakes. Yeah. And kind of just be like, okay, this is what not to do, but then this is also what I should do.
And you don't do it.
and then you just don't do it. That's it. That's it. So Andrea, like, you are here during the roughest time in history within the past, like, 100 years or so. I don't know when we're gonna get another pandemic, but hey, we're in California, so we actually just opened up today.
Yeah.
We're
gonna go shopping tomorrow.
How did you? First of all, when pandemic happened, were you one of them people who went to the grocery marts and just stole all the toilet paper? Like, what was you doing once pandemic hit?
I was hibernating and stress eating. So maybe that's why there was a toilet paper shortage, because I had so many pieces in the bathroom. But I was just trying to not scream inside as all this chaos is happening around the world.
Were you like worried though? Because it's like, especially as a musician, like you can tell me about it. All I do is work in music, so it's kind of hard to come up with money like immediately because live shows are gone, DJ gigs were gone, like everything was just gone. So it's like, like what did you do to kind of just like, what did you do to kind of just like be here and remain here? And you told yourself like, yo, I'm not going back home.
The bedroom concert.
The bedroom concert.
No.
Yes.
No, but for real, like it was really hard, like not being able to see people and not being able to make the connections with just like the little fan base I have already, you know. And so I just kept on like making content without even knowing like how they're feeling. And I'm like, are you guys okay? Are you guys still there? Like it was like there's like pretty like dynamic like ups and downs, like engagement, and it's like I don't know, it's just really rough, especially for a musician, because like you put out singles, I mean, like everyone's at home, but how are you gonna get the exposure? How are you gonna like get people to hear it? You know, it's especially people who are like rising and trying to get into the industry. It's like, like where do you start? Well, like when everything's shut down, you know. So
yeah.
So
you're just okay. Forget it. We're just gonna do like bedroom concerts, all quarantine.
Why not?
Why not? Hey, honestly, some people adjusted.
There's been some pretty cool like live shows like done over the
Yeah.
internet. Like I've seen some people do some really crazy concepts. I think it's really funny, and I think it's honestly it shows kind of like who in the industry has a team of people that does things for them, and then who actually has like the brains to do shit. Not to shade anybody, but I've like definitely saw some artists who are kind of like floundering and like flopping around doing things online, and then there were people who were doing like really crazy concepts and like getting like super like creative and inventive with like no budget and just like at home stuff. Like Charlie XCX shot a video like on a green screen like in her living room and had like 3D modelers like do it over the internet. There was like a bunch of like really crazy stuff.
You know, Rich Brian actually had was it Rich Brian? I think he had a dope video and everything was recorded off of a drone.
Whoa.
And then he basically sent other rappers gifts, and the drone carried the gift and dropped it off at their house. It was kind of cool, and I was like, "Oh, people really are getting creative with this."
Yeah.
Wow, I really want to meet him.
But were you planning on dropping Blue Honey like while everything was going on?
Yes.
Yes. The answer is yes. Short answer. But you know, like my plan is to just do like an album a year. So like this one is basically just like stream of consciousness almost. It's like, okay, I gotta make an album. What are the songs gonna be about? This and this and this and this, and then I just put it out, you know, basically, because I think most of the album got done like in 2 to 3 months, just because like, you know, I was at home, there wasn't really much to do, and I was just like in front of the piano all the time, so I just kept on songwriting and like bumping stuff out. And I think what sets it apart with this next album is that like, I don't know, I feel like I have more freedom and time to really work on it and like perfect my sound, and like I actually want to say things now just because I don't know, like with Blue Honey I feel like it's so safe, you know. It's like, okay, these are pretty songs, like, you know, they're enjoyable to hear. Maybe, I don't know, that's very biased obviously.
No, it definitely is. Like, I mean, I like playing so just to give you some preface, right? The other day I was basically spinning at a streaming club and it was nothing but ratchet music. So the following day, I told everybody on my stream, I was like, you know what? We're going to slow it down just a little bit. And then I started playing all your records, and I'm like, this is absolutely perfect.
Oh, thank you.
I just want to exist in this music right now. That's it.
I don't know. I'm super awkward. This is
no, really you're good. So everybody, that is her project called Blue Honey. Make sure you check that out. It dropped August 2020. But you do have a new project coming out. Let me get the title really quick. Government Name.
That's the album's name.
That's the album. Government Name.
At the lunch table.
Heard it first. It's on your Spotify, girl. What you mean? You're acting like this is God's best kept secret. It's on your Spotify.
No one reads those.
Yeah, no one read those.
I read it. That's how I know.
That's why it's special, because it's only you are reading it.
Okay, but it's difficult for me to explain a project because haven't heard the project yet. The only song that's out really is just Give It To Me. So let me go over your definition of the project. Okay, everybody. Government name. Wait. No, this description is fire.
Okay, works.
Government name. A neo 80s disco hyper pop album infused with themes of immigration, queerness, liberation, sex, love, and feminism with collaborator Dylan Allen Todd, who is the guy right here. Oh, there we go. Right here. Give It To Me, the first single off of Government Name, is an unapologetic and confident disco bop that forgoes formalities and freely discusses sexuality. Look, I don't know who your PR person is, but that was fire.
Thank you. Dylan wrote it.
I said, yo, I'm listening to that.
I should get a side gig as like a publicist or something, honestly.
Yeah.
So that was Dylan's idea. That was all of Dylan's. Oh, hey man, look, salute to you, man. Everybody give it up in the chat for Dylan one time.
Dylan outside.
Andrea just kind of like runs to me and is like, I have to write a bio. I haven't updated my bio in 3 years because I'm like 15. And I'm like, okay, let's get into it. And then we just like spit things out for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Hey, good job, Dylan. Good job. So, Andrea, this month in the US, shouts out to the LGBTQIA community. I support y'all. Pride Month. Because I come from San Francisco. And, bro,
Crazy.
San Francisco, the Pride Parade in San Francisco is lit.
Yeah, it's wild. I've always wanted to go to Pride in San Francisco.
Why? What's
San Francisco is like the gay mecca of California.
It's literally like the gay mecca of the world.
Yeah,
like
literally.
It's so just to give you some backstory. Like 1 year I had went. I'm a straight male, right? So
Yeah.
but 1 year I went. And it was the most lit thing I had ever been to. I'm talking about there were people twerking. There were people getting married on the street. It was lit.
Gay people know how to party.
Absolutely lit. Huh?
Gay people know how to party. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
hey, I'm just saying,
makeup,
yes.
Apparently.
Oh, not makeup today.
Not makeup today.
When you turned on the camera earlier, we were half done with Andrea's eye.
Yeah,
we had one eye, and you turned on the camera, and it was Andrea like.
Oh man. So Andrea, when did you find out about your sexuality, and how did you come out?
I actually haven't. So.
Oh.
But
let me just
now. I'm out now. I'm out.
Yeah, slowly but surely.
It's so funny because I wrote that and the single's coming out on the 25th, so I was planning to come out that day, but I've just realized that everyone's writing about it now, so it's like, oh, I guess this whole month is me coming out.
I know. It's really funny because the release got pushed back too, and it wasn't until like a week ago when someone, because like she wrote it in the press release like 2 months ago and was like, am I doing this? Okay, I'm doing this. And it was supposed to come out a month ago, and then it got pushed back, and we were like sitting there, and I don't know, I think it was like Tracy or someone was like, you realize the single's coming out in Pride Month, right? And everyone's gonna like
and I was like, that is perfect.
Yeah.
So we didn't really plan this, but like when did I find out? Oh, God, I think it was like 2018. I was at a summer program in New York, and I met her through there, and she's a Scorpio, so you know how Scorpios are, very intense, very
I don't know.
okay.
I think my girl's a Scorpio.
Oh.
Is that like November? Is that like November?
Yeah. Or end of November,
yeah.
and that's Sagittarius. I don't know.
I think beginning of November. Yeah, definitely beginning of November. Okay.
Scorpio. They're fun. And that's like when I like started to think. Well, actually, before that, I had like a really close best friend. I've never told anyone this, so you're getting the entire scoop. But I I had like a super close best friend in high school, and she kept on saying to people that she was pan and stuff, and I was like, pan? What is pan? I'm from Indonesia. What is pan? Like, I've never been like exposed. Yeah, I'm like, I've never been exposed to that like or culture or like community. So I started searching up and I started looking up, and I like started watching girl kiss girl videos and all that stuff. When you're into it, Pride Month.
Yes.
But yeah, and then I came out to her. I was like, hey, I actually like you. And she was like, and I was like, and I was crying my heart out. And she just didn't know what to say. And I was like, oh my God, you're a bad friend. Bye. So I completely just dropped her. She was a bitch though. She was a true bitch. So I was like, thank God I dropped her. But yeah.
Okay. I think the real takeaway from the story is your mom finding your YouTube search history and seeing girls kissing girls in your YouTube. And she's like, Andrea, why does YouTube say this?
It's for class project.
Wait, is that a real story or was that sarcasm?
No.
Please tell me that was real.
No, I don't know. I don't. Yeah, but that was fun. I'm actually with a girl right now. She's really sweet, and she's like been the best person I've been with, and we're growing together, and I'm super happy, and I can't wait to share with you all on Instagram after I come out, because this is all just a scoop, remember?
Dang. I mean, congrats to y'all. I appreciate it. Man, look.
Thank you.
I do think it's really brave though, because I can't imagine like holding something in about myself with that much I guess that much impact, not only like for my personal well-being, but how it would also like impact other people as well. So I really do got to commend you and everybody else who has especially been 100% comfortable with their sexuality and just want to like tell the whole world. I really truly think it's like a good thing for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I feel like 10,000 like times more happier than ever, like just being able to be comfortable and having people know who I really am and not having to lie, which is why like the past albums I've did, like they're all about girls, but nobody knows about it, and I can't say she, it's like it's very conflicting because especially Indonesia is like very conservative, and like their views towards the community, LGBTQ community, isn't as like accepting and all that. But now that I'm here, with Dylan, and I'm in a safe space in a country that liberates that, sometimes, but
sometimes,
yeah. But I'm finally comfortable, so
yeah. I mean, that's even a good point too, because it's kind of interesting because in the Philippines, for example, so I'm Filipino, and it's where it is accepted in the Philippines, it's like super accepted, right?
Yeah.
And where it's not in the Philippines, it's definitely not. And I guess that's kind of like how it is over here in the U.S. too. I mean, even though California is a lot more liberal, it's but I mean, I would love to see a world where like it honestly doesn't even matter. Like to put it into perspective, right? It would be cool to hear. I love the fact that you're making a song about your sexual identity and whatnot, but it's like I would love to be in a world in which you don't necessarily have to talk about it anymore because it's not like an issue. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was kind of like my experience. Like I kind of came out like around like high school, like sophomore year ish. And like before I came out, I just remember like feeling a lot of anger towards the fact that I had to like come out and make it like a thing. And like, especially like it was like 2015, like when gay marriage was like legalized federally. And so I remember like watching like my straight friends just like get the time to like experiment and be messy in like junior high school and high school and like date each other and like never having that. and then watching other people come out and it having to be this like grand thing. Like I just kind of wanted to start dating dudes and like not have to think about it. Yeah. And that's kind of what I did anyways. I ended up switching to homeschool, but I was still friends with my friends. So I'd have like a boy over. Like I went to In-N-Out with my other friend and I brought this boy, and my friend was just like, so are you guys like dating? And I was like, yeah, maybe. And that's like kind of how I came out, where my friend's just like, so you're gay, right? And I'm like, I guess.
You dress super gay. I don't.
Oh yeah, I know. People. No, everybody knew before I did.
That's hell. Oh my god, bro. That's so funny. That's so. I mean, you know, I think we'll all be like. I think I'll be like, okay, like this is sick when we. I guess when. Sorry, I'm being very like choosy with my words. I don't want to like say anything weird, but. It'll be cool when it doesn't have to be like this grand gesture.
Yeah. It's a lot of pressure. It makes people feel like, you know, like, and then I think for me too, I was definitely like, I hated the like spectacle of it, because it kind of makes you feel even weirder that you have to come out, because it is like a whole event. Like straight people don't do that. They just exist. And then they like find someone they like and they date, and it's like, oh, is this your girlfriend? How nice. Is this your boyfriend? But it's like, it sucks to kind of have that attention on, you know? I mean, sometimes you want attention. We like a little bit of attention, you know, now and then. But
please give me and my music attention.
Yeah, that's the kind of attention we do want.
Yeah.
So. Give the music some attention. Government name, everybody. So wait, again, when did you plan on dropping government name?
October.
Halloween.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Any specific reason why October? You just like Halloween?
Yeah. No, I'm just talking about my ass. No,
not really. I mean, like, our plan was to do like 4 singles and then an album. So because Give It To Me got pushed back a month, it just got pushed back from September to October, which is like perfect. So then like we can do like some cool visual effects like for the album that's like super spooky. And it sounds super spooky almost too, so it's very interesting how everything's like going aligned.
Yeah.
What's up? And you know, with everything opening up in California, it must be easier to just, you know, get together and you don't have to social distance while you're on the music video set and whatnot.
Yeah, that was stressful. I mean, if y'all want to know, the music video has like a rain scene.
Oh yeah, very very sexy.
Wait, has a what? A rain scene?
It was everything. Like it was so much fun to shoot. We shot in 2 different studios. Some crazy LED like light wall kind of stuff, and then the second day was 4 a.m. In a giant warehouse that just rains, and we are all basically not naked, but you know.
Skin to skin,
dancing. There's leather, flashing lights.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
You look very hyped. Thanks. I'm just kidding.
Look, I'd rather take the rain than this damn heat in LA any day. I'll tell you that much.
Disgusting.
It's so true.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So how many songs is going to be on the project, Andrea?
Hopefully 12. We're aiming for 12. Yeah. It's funny because every time I say that, it just reminds me of that skit from SNL where there's like this guy with an iceberg suit.
So I wrote that description, that crazy ass Spotify bio, like 1 week, and the next week we were sitting at our friend's house watching SNL, and I don't remember his name, the new SNL cast member. He did this sketch where he's like the iceberg from the Titanic, and he's going on the news like, I don't want to talk about that scandal, like very like that. And he's like, I'm here to talk about my music. I'm dropping a 12-track, no skip, hyperpop disco EDM Fantasia. And we just like, we were like,
what's he calling us out, bro? Like, what?
I was like, he wrote the bio.
He wrote the bio. He read the bio.
He read the bio.
Okay. I see it. Shout out to SNL one time for the one time. Last time I watched SNL, Elon Musk was talking about Dogecoin, and then Dogecoin just plummeted.
Horrible.
I don't remember that one.
Good. You don't need to remember it. It was really bad.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty bad, and I'm a Doge holder myself, so it's all good. Yes.
Oh, damn.
It's okay. We're moving on to dipped in cryptos. It's all good. We gonna make this money another way.
Right.
Andrea, so do you plan on going back to Indonesia even just to like visit?
I mean, I'll see after I come out. Let's see if they let me come back in. But I mean, I do miss it. I do miss my family. I do miss my friends. Yeah, I don't know yet because I don't know, like, because I'm honestly independent right now and I'm just trying to find the budget to do the bare minimum. So hopefully one day I'll be able to like afford a plane ticket and come back and see my family.
Okay, there we go. Well, Andrea, I'm going to ask you a series of questions right now, and you kind of just answer as quickly as possible.
Okay.
So since we are on the lunch table, what's your favorite food?
Fish, salmon.
Just fish in general?
Just fish in general.
Like
salmon.
Fish. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, it's healthy. It's healthy.
It's healthy. But what do you want me to say? Coffee?
Hey man, it could have been coffee. I don't know. If it was coffee, I would have been like, damn, like you really on
coffee.
One right now.
Coffee.
Okay. Fish and coffee. We'll just go with fish and coffee.
Ew.
So disgusting.
Andrea, who's your dream collaboration? Producer and singer, songwriter, artist.
Phineas for sure. I want to work with Phineas.
I'm not gonna lie. I thought you meant Phineas and Ferb. That was the first thing that came to mind.
That's what she meant. No.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, Phineas. He's like the way he like sound designs Billie Eilish's like songs, and like he used like a missile in one of her tracks, and I was like, only you can think of that. But now everyone thinks like that because of him. So yeah. I just want to like pick his brain and be like, what can you do with this? What can you do with what I'm giving to you? I feel like it's just going to be super fun and like super interesting to like work with him. Yeah.
Okay. What about artist?
Artist. I'm debating between like Rina Sawayama and Charlie XCX. I can't decide. Those two. They're like it's just boss bitch energy, you know, and I just want to jump on a track where it's like, yeah, we're crushing men with our stilettos, you know, like we're riding these for no offense to you. I'm just
hey, look, talk your shit, do your thing. I'm not here to judge. Do your thing.
Specifically bad men, just bad men.
Yeah. See, I'm an angel.
You're an angel.
I'm good.
Angel connected us. You're a literal saint. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Angel too, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Angel. Thank you, Angel. But yeah. I answered. Yay.
And last question on your upcoming project, Government Name. Even though the song "Give It to Me" is out right now, what would be the go-to song if someone were to just listen to the album and just wanted the go-to song? What is your go-to song right now on your project?
They're like, what do you think? What is your first?
I don't know, man. Oh my god, I really like Helter Skeleton. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Helter, what does that even mean? What? Okay. All right. Helter.
You gotta listen to the album. I can't just like give you all the scoop. That's not fair.
You know what? That's fair. You gave us like 2 or 3 scoops today, so I'm not tripping.
Yeah, she came out.
I came out, bro. That's a big ass scoop.
Yes. Fair enough.
Helter Skeleton. Just be ready for that one.
Andrea Turk, where can everybody find you, fam?
Instagram at Andrea P Turk TURK. Everywhere else, Twitter, Facebook. Do people still use Facebook? I don't know.
Yeah.
Spotify, Andrea Turk. Yeah. Andrea P Turk. Andrea P Turk. Not P like P, but like just a P. Just a P.
Okay. Oh, Andrea P. Turk. There we go. I was like, who's talking in the private chat right now?
Oh, I don't know how to do this. Why can't I comment on like the normal chat?
You would have to be on Twitch. Speaking of which, after seeing some of your your bedroom concert series, I really think you should be on Twitch.
Really? You think so?
There's a lot of people who just put on a camera, play piano, start singing, and they just do their thing.
Yeah, man. Okay, yeah. If I ever get that Twitch going, I'll definitely shout you out and have you like pinned on, being like, "Hey, Nico is the guy who put me on this." Shout out to Nico.
Look, I'm trying to get all the musicians on Twitch. This is a beautiful community that we can create on here. Anyways, y'all, this is the lunch table, food for thought. My name is Nico Blitz. We are going to head over to DJ Mish right now and raid her channel. Thank each and every one of you, and huge shout out to Andrea Turk. One time for the one time. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye.
All right. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been so sweet. I've been seeing all the comments. You guys are absolutely sweet. Thank you so much for having me, Nico.